there's a certain hatred in the faces and behind the laughter of these people that is chilling.
News. London Transport say they may have to close the underground system due to an infestation of horses.
Because they start running away from the train.
And what the drivers say they fear most of all is a head-on collision with a blind tube man.
What's up, YouTube? Hello, it's me. So I am continuing this wonderful series of looking at the far right. Thank you if you've subscribed. I don't know why I saluted there. Thank you if you've subscribed. So I'm not getting many likes, but I'm getting more subscribers than normal, so that's good. I'm also getting some comments. I'll show you some comments. These people you speak of are not far right. They are working class who believe Britain should be safe for all British citizens. Why are they obsessed with the working class? Most of the far right are actually middle class. The middle class far right basically use the working class far right to achieve their aims, though, don't they? Like Farage. Is Farage working class? No. And does he care about working class people? No. It's been quite interesting. This guy, Christ Crusader 98, it must be a nice guy because he's religious. He says, there is no far right in England. Probably line, like I guess 20 people, maybe focus on the far left since they're the ones have actual groups in the UK and cause violence at protests. But you won't because you have a bias and you're pushing your own narrative. That's sort of true, actually. I think there's more than 20 people and I've got nothing really to say to that. And then this guy said, which I really liked, I think you don't know how to think, and I think you don't have any arguments. To you, sir, a question. Why haven't you taken any illegal migrants in your household? P.S. Making fun of how people talk is quite disgusting. Your jokes didn't land. Biggest joke was you. That was... Exnomed, I think, whose little avatar is a black circle with the word hello in the middle of it, which sort of made me laugh. The whole thing about taking illegal immigrants into your household, I mean, for a start, they're not illegal, are they? The vast majority of them. I just said to him, how many women and girls have you rescued from abuse? Works both ways. There's an argument. I'm so clever, aren't I? I don't generally bother arguing too much. I might make the odd comment, but there's really no point going back and forth. The whole reason I'm doing this is that the zone is currently flooded by the right. Twitter is just an endless gush of flag shaggers and women being punched by men. I don't know why I keep getting these videos. Some people obviously enjoy watching that. Yeah, disturbing really. So what I want to know is, where are all the racists? I mean, apparently there's only about 20 of them, which would explain actually, why is it when you watch YouTube and legacy media that nobody is racist?
There's no far right, there's no hooligans here, there's no racism here, it's nothing to do with skin colour.
Don't accuse decent Americans who support this campaign, your campaign, of being racists, which we're not.
Britain's Prince William denies accusations of racism against the royal family.
They'll think I'm a racist.
They're calling us racist, and there's like black and brown guys over our side, because really it's not about race. It's not about race, you know.
I'm not racist. My sister-in-law's baby cousin Tracy got a brother and his girlfriend's black.
I'm not a racist by any means.
And I know they've just come here to call people racists to make themselves feel good.
I hear you're a racist!
meines Volkes, gib du jetzt eine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
Apart from these people.
I used to. Now just shut up. Okay. I'll make you so bloody sick. Okay. You will wonder what the hell's going on.
Anyway, let's crack on with this wonderful video from a man called Daniel Boland, who I was very excited to do this because when I first I just listened to this video the first time, and I have to say I deeply disliked him almost immediately with his Liverpool accent, slight Liverpool, maybe Barnsley, and of course I can't say that because that's racist, isn't it? To take the piss out of someone's accent. It's not his fault he talks like that, is it? It's terrible, but that's what they do, isn't it? So I think I'm allowed to do it because of freedom of speech, eh? Hey, that's right. So Daniel Boland, what a ridiculous name, Boland, like a bowl. He probably eats cereal because he's got the word bowl in his Daniel Boland. This is Something Awful is Happening by Daniel Boland. Let's react.
With some arguing the St George's and Union flags have been co-opted by far-right groups, is it in fact provocative or patriotic to raise these flags? Well, we're joined now by Kyendi Andrews, Professor of Black Studies at Birmingham City University, who says it is provocative.
Kyendi, who now? And there was me thinking Heston Blumenthal was looking well rested. Very fetching tan. Positively glowing. But no, it's Professor of Black Studies, Kyendi Andrews of Birmingham City University, who...
This, I think what's interesting is this guy is basically doing the same as what I do. Same as what I do, the same thing that I do, which is sort of laughing at the opposite point of view, put in a few little montages, that sort of thing. So it's interesting. And clearly I'm triggering the right. This triggered me. I don't know where that leaves us. Is this it? We're just trying to trigger each other, I guess.
Kyendi Andrews of Birmingham City University, who...
Very funny. Remember, this man's surname has got the word bowl in it. Oh, Daniel Boland, bowl, like a bowl. Idiot.
By Kevin, you know, or cares. He doesn't want to make a whole big thing. When he meets people, he doesn't say, my name is Kyendi Andrews, and that's what he insists. He says, just call me Kev, or Kes, or whatever makes you feel better.
It's really offensive by Daniel Boland to keep saying that about his name.
He doesn't want to go into the whole thing about the origin of his name, Yoruba language, and how his name means son of great king of the night, or something.
And your name means a bowl with a big piece of shit in it.
Anyway, Professor of Black Studies, Kevin Andrews, Kes.
He did the joke again. Oh, Mark Boland with a bowl in your name.
It believes it's provocative to raise a St George's or a Union flag in England or in the United Kingdom.
We don't seem to understand what this country is and the history of these symbols. So both of these flags which you've displayed here, those are the flags which flew on ships which enslaved my ancestors.
Now, why does...
Oh, it's a black man angry and scared of a flag. This is what it's come to. And this is why I have to laugh at them, because essentially they're laughing at us. But the problem is there are many more of them displayed than us, and that is not a good thing. So if you believe in freedom of speech, which I do 100%, but you have to stop censoring everybody. Graham Linehan shouldn't have been arrested I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I agree with the right on that. And if it's going to be a free-for-all, that's fine. But the problem at the moment is the right are far more platformed than the left. I understand it. They're getting their own back. 30, 40 years of political correctness. They're seething with anger. And finally, they're allowed to state their case. So state away, my friends.
Doesn't that surprise me? Coming from Kevin Causey Andrews.
He did it again.
Black studies. Why is everyone always studying black people? Don't we have enough information now? Have we not collected enough data? Why are the people still out there in the field like, we can never be too sure? Needs more studies. Anyway, why doesn't it surprise me that this fellow believes that raising the flag of the country you are in is provocative?
It is provocative. It is. The thing is, not all people who raise the flag are racist, but nearly all racists raise the flag.
Those are the flags which the British Army marched into places like India, Pakistan, Bengal, Africa, and colonised 25% of the world.
Oh, God, colonised 25% of the world.
See, what annoys me actually a lot about this is not that he's taking the piss out of this guy. It's that the news channel, what is it, ITV, Good Morning Britain, they've really just got this guy on because he's a bit of a... His arguments do fall apart. But then again, you see, this is the thing, isn't it? You can control the narrative in so many ways. And getting some slightly annoying left-wing professor of black studies who has some really quite questionable arguments is a really good way to support the right-wing narrative while platforming someone who's left-wing.
British Army marched into places like India, Pakistan, Bengal, Africa, and colonised 25% of the world.
Oh, God, colonised 25% of the world. Does colonialism bring up some bad memories for you, Kez? Look, I am not one to feel shame or pride about anything that I was not involved with, especially something that happened hundreds of years before I was born. But if anything, I think people should stop saying all the time how easily we managed to rule over 25% of the world in a few short decades. You know, we sent out a few ships and suddenly we had hospitals, schools, running railways and everything in all of these nations all over the world.
I might put my own little montage up of some lazy British workmen, maybe. They wouldn't have got very far if they'd sent our guys to build the railways and dig the foundations for the buildings, would they? It would have taken probably about 1,000 years. I agree with him about the British Empire in as much as, you have to follow my argument here, it's a very simple argument. If black people, whatever that means, people who look black, had happened to be in Europe and white people had happened to live in Africa, in the same exact numbers, it is absolutely certain that black people would have colonised 25% of the world. And I mean, I guess he's just talking about the British there. So in that sense, there's nothing about being black that made it easier to colonise them. And there's nothing about being white that made it easier for us to colonise the world. The reason it was easy for the people in the Northern Hemisphere to colonise the rest of the world was because we had the best initial starting conditions. Farming, etc., etc., etc. Horses. There's no rideable animals in Africa. There's very few agriculturally helpful animals. They've got oxen, that's about it. We have cows that provide milk. They mainly have goats, for instance. Our farming land is left to right across Europe, so the climate is exactly the same all the way across. If you look at Africa and South America, they go up and down. That means the climate changes dramatically as you travel up and down. You can't farm huge swathes of land. Anyway, read Guns, Germs and Steel by Jared Diamond, and it will explain why the people in the northern hemisphere, Northern Europe, colonised the people in the south. Whew, quite a rant. Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, it's not got anything to do about race. We didn't colonise them because we're better than them. We colonised them because we had the advantage of being in the best land. We were always going to develop shipbuilding, mathematics, and all the things we developed in the way we did.
That's what that's about. People aren't putting up this flag to celebrate Britain. They're putting up this flag to remind us that Britain is white and we shouldn't be here.
Of course they are, and it's plausible deniability, isn't it? There are obviously going to be some people who aren't racist who are putting up the flag, but as I said, all people who put up the flag are not racist. Nearly all racists love putting up flags.
If that's how you feel, Kez, I'm truly sorry. Now, what is it exactly that Mr. Kahindi Kosi Andrews is trying...
He's done it again.
Mr. Kez Andrews, a professor of black magic at Birmingham University, he's trying to tell us that these people all over the UK now who are putting their flags up on lampposts and stuff, they're not just patriots bursting at the seams with pride for their nation. They're, in fact, the same monsters who are spewing all the nonsense about the migrant hotels. Now, this is where I start to have a real problem with people like Mr. Andrews, because at that point, when
you'll see the mask slip a little bit here, which I find quite amusing.
You start being that manipulative, it's no longer a vainglorious act of virtue signalling. You're not just trying to make yourself look good, you're trying to make other people
slowly working himself up into a lather here.
Believe something very slimy, you know? That's a half-truth. Of course, a lot of the people who are putting up the flags and painting the zebra crossings, of course they're concerned about the migrant hotels. Yeah, of course they're concerned about the insane amount of illegal, undocumented immigrants pouring into the country. And you're dismissing that as some pixie or unicorn dreamt up by the far right.
It's not a pixie. It's a very small pixie that has been made to the size of King Kong.
Manipulated these knuckle-dragging council estate dwellers into believing that their country is falling apart at the seams.
Their country is falling apart at the seams because of austerity.
You're doing that. You are lying to people. The stupid middle-class, upper-middle-class Guardian readers who don't live near the migrant hotels, who think it's fine, you know. And people are cherry-picking. It's just a few videos on X that have got out of hand. And how would we ever get our food delivered if we didn't have all these Somalis and Afghans? Look, no, all right? You stop that.
See the anger? I love it. It's all done in jest, isn't it? But there's a certain amount of hate behind it. One more bit.
But we don't know for certain that everybody who waves an English flag or a Union Jack is protesting. They may well just be going, celebrating Britain.
Plausible deniability, isn't it? It's a huge trick of the far right.
I think you're absolutely right about the sort of colonial past, and that's true. But you could almost apply that to any flag. You could say, well, ban all European flags who were involved in any...
Yeah, you could say that about any European flag. You smug twat, fuck off. How about fuck off? Has anyone thought of that?
The flag of what does the British Empire mean? What does that represent? And to be honest, the British Empire has killed, probably 100 million people around the world that look like me and Ricky, and yourself do. If you look at the prosperity that Britain is supposed to be celebrating, it's built off the back of slavery, genocide, colonialism.
Now, I apologise to regular viewers, but I have to say it again. I keep finding these people, the subjects of my video are often very similar in nature. The public persona is their entire personality. There's nothing going on. The way that phrase just rolls off his tongue, that flag represents the prosperity we're supposed to be celebrating is on the back of slavery, colonialism, genocide. What are you even saying? What are you even saying? Has nobody ever challenged you? Have you just constantly been humoured intellectually your entire life?
Look at those cold, dead eyes.
Well, of course you have. You're a professor of black studies at the University of Birmingham. It's a fucking joke. This is a circus. Our flag, it just represents genocide, slavery, and colonialism. Shut up! Shut up! That is the face of a man who nobody's ever just gone, shut up! Shut up!
Shut up!
Bore off. You're boring us all. Nothing you say is interesting. You're giving us thoughts.
That's what it's like. That is what it's like. Pure hate. This is the thing. I'm going to end here. There's plenty of things I agree with the far right on, actually. Graham Linehan should not be arrested for saying nasty things. Nobody should be arrested for saying nasty things. If you're absolutely saying you must go over there and kill that group of people now from a stage and pointing at some people, then obviously that is incitement to violence. And if you're in a public place and you shout fire, then that's really quite dangerous and should be punished. Apart from that, there's got to be freedom of speech. It's got to go both ways. I absolutely agree with that. But there's a certain hatred in the faces and behind the laughter of these people that is chilling to me. I said it in my last video. It's really unpleasant. And hatred is so useless as a long-term emotion. Very good in a very fast, dangerous situation, hatred. I worked out what hatred is useful for in surviving. It took me a long time of thinking about it. I thought, why? Why do we need to hate? It's obvious why we need to fear, because it makes us run away. But I think the reason for hatred is this, in evolutionary terms. If the cat attacks the mouse fears the cat, it will run away. But if the mouse is cornered by the cat, the mouse needs to feel hate, or should feel hate, or might feel hate, because the mouse might just bite the cat on the nose and survive because of that little flicker of hatred that it felt while it was being attacked. But hate is not something useful in the long term. And there you go. That's my thought for the week. It's fine to be far right. It's fine to be far left. It's probably not good to be far anything, really, is it? But don't hate, because you're going to become like this guy, all twisted up, bitter, angry inside all the time, and it's not going to be very good for your mental health. Don't nobody go nowhere.